capital expenditure is also based on that. They charge it to us. They charge it to us. Everything.
Metong, let me just cite to you one instance. In the actual hearing, this was about a week ago. CAPEX, you mentioned CAPEX. Mayroon silang power station na i-replace. The request in the CAPEX is about 101 million pesos. The Asian Appraisal Guidebook na sinasabi ni Mang was the one used as reference. We pointed out to them that if you use the guidelines and the reference in the Asian Appraisal Guidebook, it will come up only to about 60 million pesos.
60 million versus 100
versus 101 million. And their witness couldn't even explain it from the stand. So,
by the way, before we forget, we're not talking about Meralco franchise, no, these issues. I wrote about and the Mindanao congressmen have been protesting this.
The barges.
The barges in Mindanao, where PISALM, the government agency, sells their 2 power barges, 117, 118, or some those numbers, no? When there was already a projection of El Nino coming, as they still sold it to the Aboitises. Then the Aboitises contracts with the transmission company,
NGCP,
National Grid, National Grid for short, and National Grid contracts with the government to supply electricity to solve the problem in Mindanao.
In fact, it's just supposed to be ancillary to keep stability in the system.
But the power barges was sold by PISALM to Aboitiz for 30 million. Aboitiz declares the value to be 85 million US dollars. On which the rate will be based. That's why they are crying foul there in Mindanao, the Mindanao Congressman.
The capacity fee is going to be derived on the basis.
And you can be sure that will be approved by ARC.
It's already approved. That's why the congressmen are already howling. And then Almendras, the Aboitiz executive, who is now head of the energy department, declares we've solved the Mindanao energy problem.
Alam mo, Mentong, sa pricing ng electricity, they used to say under RORB before it was clarified by the Supreme Court, if you're going to paint your office, buy the most expensive paint. If you're going to buy a car, buy the most expensive car. If you're going to spend anything, spend everything that you have. Because under the recovery noon, lahat ng gastos mo pwede mong ipasa without any measure or without any criteria.
Yeah, well, there are so many details. For example, our cameraman was asking, is it true that all Meralco electricity in their building, all their branches, are charged to us? It's true. Okay.
Yes, that's true. That's what they call the own use electricity.
Okay. So that means they have no incentive to save and be efficient in their use of electricity. We're shouldering it. But I want to focus on the profits because it wasn't very clear. 2007, magkano ang tubo in 2007 or 2008, then the following year and following year and following year.
Ganito ang naging if you're gonna track the profitability, they gave us, during the hearing, the annual report of Meralco for 2009. In 2008, comparatively, it was a little over 3 billion ang net profit. In 2007, it went up to about 7.7 billion. Now, already on the 9 months pa lang, they already are hitting 8 billion and they are going to hit 11 billion at the end of the year.
And they declared in the papers that they will overshoot their target of 11 billion.
No, but Mentong, let me point out to you that in their application, in the summary of expenses that they are going to recover from us, they are for I think regulatory year 2011, they're going to spend for operations 19 billion pesos. Guess how much they're going to spend for return on capital? They have provisions of 23 billion pesos for return on capital. You and I are going to be giving more to them for their dividends and their interest than we are going to spend for the actual service that is going to be given to us. No, this is a gray area because in the Supreme Court decision, it says they can only recover from us those costs that lead directly to our benefit, and definitely the income and the is are not to our benefit but to the benefit of the stockholders.
So I just want to point out again, from 2008 to 2009, the increase in profit is from 3.5 billion to 7.7, which is almost 100%, nasa 80%. That means I have the same siopaw. In 2008, I sold it and earned 7 pesos. In 2009, I earned from the same siopaw that I used to sell. I always sell. From 2008, 4 pesos, just to simplify. Then 2008, I was selling it for 2009, I was selling it for 7 pesos. So I earned 7 pesos from it, from the same siopaw. And in 2010, I will earn 11 pesos from the same siopaw.
Yeah.
Ang galing naman. This is the only commodity that keeps going up in profit while all other services palit ang tubo.
But just for context, man, remember that this is a monopoly. So you have no choice.
Hindi ka makikipili
In the choice
ng
of siopaw, pwede kang bumili ng Chowking, pwede kang bumili ng Jollibee or some others. Or some others, no?
Like mo Goto King, may siopaw.
Goto King. So that's the point. No? But you know, itong PBR, performance-based